Good morning, ladies. All right, I'm just coming back from a run and physical therapy. And so, yes, I'm using a filter because I look like crap. I can admit that. I'm not looking great. So I said, you know what? This is where the filter comes in. I can use the filter and still go live because while I was running, I had some great ideas for content creation. I always do. And I just, I'm listening to something while I'm running or walking. And I just make a quick note. I make a quick note in my phone about it. Good morning. Let me know where you're coming to me from and your first name. I always appreciate that. But one of the things I said I am going to go live when I get back into the house this morning is we need to talk about being aware of a man's vices. Like that is super important. Let me adjust my light here. Okay, there we go. Okay, my light is a little bit better, but y'all excuse me. I am coming in from a run and physical therapy this morning. I've got this thing with my hip that I'm trying to work out and my shoulder. I'm getting ready to hang for my shoulder. Please let me know your first name and where you're coming to me from. All right, Ashley from Atlanta. Thank you. Keely, thank you so much. Hello from India. Thank you. Oh my gosh, it feels so good. Fran from London, UK. Thank you. It feels so good to talk to people all over the world. All right, so here is a cautionary tale. And I don't know why this tale keeps coming. This tale keeps coming. So that's why I know I need to share it with you all. Let me know your first name and where you're coming to us from this morning. The cautionary tale is this. Ladies, don't ignore a man's vices. Okay? That vice is going to make an appearance somewhere down the line. Do not ignore a man's vices. I am extremely sensitive to this myself. And I can even go so far as to say, this might actually be the reason that's keeping me single. Like I'm very sensitive about a man's vices. Nikiva from Georgia, good morning. Thank you for joining. Cheyenne from Illinois, thank you. So I'm sensitive about a man's vices. Like, I'm not even going to lie about that. And my male friends, they'll tell you, they're like, yeah, like you can't, you got to walk a straight line. I'm like, yeah, pretty much. Because for the most part, I do. And, I know that's something that I need to still do work on because I really do, want what I give, right? I feel very strongly about that reciprocity, that who I'm giving to you, I kind of want that back. In morals, in values, in my level of commitment, in emotional availability. Like, I want that back. I don't want to be with someone that, I am this amazing person and I'm not receiving that back. Like, I do feel a way about that. I can admit that. So I know that's probably the area that I need to work on. Good morning. Let me know your first name and where you are coming to us from, city, state, or country. Beatrice from Portugal. Hello. Oh, it feels so amazing to have people from all over. How to deal with a man who makes me feel less affectionate. We need to talk about that. So that man, I think all people are wired to be either affectionate physically, like touchy-feely or not. And that's something that you're going to have to assess, can you deal with? Because that's one of those perpetual problems that I'm going to be honest with you, unless you want to ask that person to change, like that's kind of how they're wired. And so that's one of those things that when women say to me, oh, I'm dating someone who's not as talkative or who's not as affectionate, I'm honest with them. Okay, can you deal with it? Like the answer is not how can I change him? The answer is, can you deal with it? Can you accept it? But this is something that women don't want to hear, and that's what's gotten us in trouble for thousands of years. We think we can change these perpetual issues that aren't going anywhere. We think we can change it. So I'm going to segue that into, please pay attention to a man's vices, right? So if he smokes when you meet him, if he drinks when you meet him and drinks too much when you meet him, if he smokes marijuana when you meet him, if he looks at porn, if he goes to strip clubs, if he gambles, okay? If he does anything to excess when you meet him. The answer is not to, oh, he's going to change. I'll change him. He'll mellow with age. That's not the answer. The answer is, ooh, Can I live with it? That's the first thing I want you to ask yourself. Can I live with it? If it never changed. Oh, let's go here. If he's flirtatious, right? You know how some men are just wildly flirtatious. They're going to call everybody sweetheart, and they're going to smile up in everybody's face, and, they're going to touch everybody's shoulder or arm. Like, the first thing I do is I say, okay, this is never going to change, and can I live with it? That's the first thing I do. Honest to God. Honest to God. And like I said, my male friends will tell you that might be why I'm single, because I don't expect it to change. I don't work with a man. They're always saying, well, dang, Anita, can't you work with him? Can't you? If it's something that I know I can't live with, there is no working with. All it's going to do is drive me out of my mind insane, crazy. I'm going to be annoyed all the time, or it's eventually going to lead to the demise of the relationship. So now I'm smart enough to say, okay, can I live with it? And that's what I want you all to do. Okay. Please, please, please stop believing that this man is going to change. He's going to grow. I mean, our hope is that he's going to grow and be better. But there are certain things that as soon as you meet the man, you need to say to yourself, is this a deal breaker? Can I live with this forever? If it never changed, can I deal with it? And I've already told y'all on yesterday's live, there are deal breakers. Smoking is a deal breaker. Smoking anything of any substance of any kind is a deal breaker for me. Even the men who are saying, oh, I smoke cigars here and there. I don't even go there, y'all. That's why I don't go to cigar bars to meet men. Like, if you're okay with it, that's a great place to meet men. I'm not okay with it, so why would I go there, call myself, engaging with a man at a cigar bar, only to later on in the relationship go, why are you still smoking cigars? Why are you still going to the cigar bar? No, I'm not going there to meet a man, because that's not what I want. Okay, so listen at this with your rational mind and not your feelings, not your heart. All right, listen with your mind. God gave us all a mind to think, that executive thinking in the front that says, if this never changed, could you deal with it? Could you accept it? Not just tolerate it, accept it. If the answer is no, that's your answer. Tread lightly. All right. A married friend of mine told me that. Okay. Fran Inspires. I'm from London too, but moved to Spain 2 years ago. Okay, good. Make friends. My good girlfriend just told me that she found out her husband of 18 years has had a mistress for 14 of those years. She wants to stay. How to help her? She's going to need to see a good counselor. She's going to need to see a good therapist. And I would suggest that she see a therapist alone to unpack that, and then they need to see a therapist together. And quite frankly, if he's not willing to see a therapist together, that, in my opinion, I'm just going to keep it 100. He's going to keep doing what he's doing. He's like, I don't want to adjust in the least. And she can stay with that. But again, we have to make informed decisions. If she wants to stay with him, that's on her. I always tell people that want to stay with their cheating man, and I'm talking chronically cheating man. I have a woman who came to me for therapy. This is a true story. She wanted help with a man that she's been with for 28 years, and he's been cheating for 24 of those 28 years. Made a baby out of the marriage. Okay, you may stay with him. I can't, that's too much countertransference. That's too triggering for me. So I'm not the best person to help you. I can't be objective in that situation. So I referred her to someone else. But sure, people do it all the time. They put up with a whole lot that Anita wouldn't put up with. And that is their right. And I really believe that. So that is her right to stay with that man. She would have to, like I said, seek the help of a counselor or a therapist. And they'd probably have to seek the help of a counselor or a therapist together. But I have counseled clients who their husband cheated years ago and the baby came out of the cheating and they stayed. I have counseled couples and individuals that was the situation, and they had some bumps in the road even after that, but they stayed. So again, there's no judgment there. It's not something I would ever do, but she needs help. She needs to talk with someone about that. Okay, please let me know where you are coming from and your first name if you want to share. Okay. She says, that's why I don't go to bars to meet men. I don't want a man that hangs out in bars. Agreed. So there you go. See, some of this is common sense. It's not hard, ladies. It really isn't. We just need to use this. We just need to think. We need to use more rational thought. So if you don't want that man to be in that bar every weekend, don't go there to meet a man there. Because, I mean, it doesn't make any sense. The first thing he's going to say is, you met me here. Like, it's the same with the stripper, right? It's the same with the stripper. Some guy goes to the strip club and falls in love with a stripper. Then all of a sudden, he have a problem with her stripping. Like, you met me here. It don't make common sense. And y'all know I'm about the common sense answer. I'm going to give you common sense wisdom. Okay? It's not a Chinese arithmetic answer. It's A and B is C. That's it. Right? Simple, simple, simple. So anything that you don't like I wouldn't meet a man in the casino if I don't want a gambler. I wouldn't meet a man at a cigar bar. I wouldn't meet a man at a bar that's just, selling alcohol if I don't want someone that's regularly going to go there. Yeah. Simple. They've gotten counseling, but just together. I'm so unhappy for her. I'll tell her to go to therapy alone. Yeah. But please don't let that transfer to you. That don't have anything to do with you. Okay. You got to get stronger in that aspect. Even if my best friend, I would just, I'd say, okay, that's what you want to do. That's on you. I'm not going to think anything of it. I'm going to completely take my emotions and everything else out of it. That's on her. That's her decision to do that. And so now here's what I'll be honest with. If she going to keep coming to me complaining about it because the behavior continues, see, that's what we're not going to do. We're not going to do that. Can I be honest? And that's very triggering for some people to hear because they feel like, oh my gosh, you're my best friend. You're supposed to listen to me complain and moan about the same problem over and over and over. No, I'm not. Because now you dragging me down. Supporting you and loving on you and listening for a period of time is one thing. But you choosing to stay and you going to keep flapping your lips, that's what we're not going to do. That is not Anita. And my friends know it. They know it. But can I be honest? Most of my friends make good decisions. Most of them are wise. We're similar in that way. And they know that, hey, if I'm going to stay here in this job or I'm going to put up with this from this man, I'm not bringing it to Anita. She ain't, That's called protecting my peace. Right? You got to protect your peace. So, again, you can be a good friend. We can talk about other things, but I'm not going to keep listening about this. I'm not. Because I'm not married to him. I'm not dating him. And I don't want to take on the emotional stress of your relationship. He's not my man. I'm saving that for my man. Okay? And that's what I have to tell some people. I'm saving that for my man. Right? I mean, every man to some degree is going to bring a level of, whatever he going to bring. So why I'm going to take on your mess? No, I got to save my energy. So, no. All right. So I went to the speed dating event on Sunday. Yay! I was kind of disappointed because there were only 3 guys and 4 girls. But that wasn't bad. I've been to speed dating events where there were 25 women and 3 men. To me, that's bad. Okay? So it was almost equal. And so what did you think of those 3 guys? Were any of them possible, let me see? Were you curious about any of those men? Good morning. Yeah, awesome. Yes, I want you all to start going to these speed dating events. I'm going to start having speed dating events online. They will be free at first, and then, we're going to see how it goes, and then I'll see about charging for them. So it's going to all be an experiment at first just to see. And I'm utilizing a platform that's going to set it up so that pretty much people from certain areas of the country can connect. That's how I'm going to try to do it. So I'm going to try to have based on time zones. So if you're in this time zone, and I'm going to try to do it based on time zone. But yeah, I love speed dating events. It turned out okay. We played a card game that asked questions. Good. Okay. But you got out, you were seen. I don't know if you did anything else that night. So whenever I'm going to an event, I make sure to drop by, a restaurant or someplace, like I make sure I'm seen. I make rounds. When I go out, I make rounds all day long. Like I stopped by at a couple places, like, yeah. And we had to guess what the other person's answer would be. Okay, good. It sounds like fun. And that's what you're after, is just, getting out, having fun. And here's another thing. I have met a lot of women at these singles events that have become friends. So that might be a good kind of a side effect. If you don't meet a man, you might meet a good girlfriend. So good. But go to these events, you all. Go to more of these events. All right. But be mindful of a man's vices. Make sure you ask questions around that. The smoking, the drinking, the porn use, the strip clubs. What are your thoughts on, men going to strip clubs? Is that something you've ever done? Gambling. Like, ask those questions, because smoking marijuana, I have a lot of clients that, he smokes marijuana and it was kind of a here or there thing, but now we're in a relationship where we're married and, we got kids coming. Okay, but you accepted this. And here's the other common sense wisdom that y'all are not going to like, but I'm going to say it. When you accept a man in the beginning, you are accepting his bad behaviors. Like, you are non-verbally saying, like, when you agree to date him, when you get into an exclusive relationship, when you become committed, when you get engaged or get married, you are all but saying, everything about you right now, I am accepting. I am approving. Ooh, let's go there. And a lot of women hate when I say that. No, why do you say that? I didn't approve of the marijuana, but you dealt with him. And that's how it's interpreted to a man, right? So there's a lot of men walking around going, I don't meet Anita's standard. Like, I don't meet Anita's standard. Anita did not approve of me. Anita did not accept me. There was something about me that she could not accept. And you know why they're saying that? Because I'm not with him. Because I'm not dating them. See, I let my actions speak louder than my words. And that's what ladies suck at. Y'all are not good at that. You'll flap your lips all day about the things you don't like about a man, but you'll keep dating him, you'll keep sleeping with him, you'll keep calling him, texting him, and your actions are saying, it's okay, you're all right. I'll keep dealing with it. You don't need to quit. It's not a problem. That's what your actions are saying. And I know that hurts some people's soul, but it's the truth. So, yeah. All right. We need to see people for who they are and not with our temporary emotions. For sure. For sure. For sure. But I do. My rose-colored glasses have been permanently removed. Like, I see people. Right? And the first thing I do is I assess, good morning. I assess if I can be with them. Like, as is. That's the first thing I do. I see a man, I see what he's about, and I assess very quickly. Okay, so this is going on. That's going on. And some of the things he have going on are good things. But I just say, can I live with it? Can I live with it? Whatever he's got going on, can I live with it? Good, bad, or everything in between. Can I live with it? If it never changed, can I live with it? And if the answer is no, I don't further engage him. I don't keep dating him. I don't kiss him. I don't have sex with him. I don't. Because, again, I'm sending the subliminal subconscious message that I approve. I approve of what you're doing. I accept what you're doing. Forget what my mouth is saying. My actions are saying, it's all good. It's all good. Keep doing what you're doing. And so, yeah, there is this. And y'all, I got to say this too. Y'all know how I feel about single men with no children need to date single women with no children, and vice versa. And I know y'all, what? Why you say that? And I'm a single mom and I'm dating a man with no kids. Okay. All right, but that's what I believe. And so it's just like the single women with no children. You all are engaging men that have children. And again, you are continuing to date him. You're kissing on him. You're having sex with him. You're in a relationship with him. You may get engaged one day. You may get married. And whoops, you sure do spend a whole lot of time with your kids. You sure do a lot for your kids. Your kids sure be over here a lot. You be spending money on these kids. Like, what the hell? Can I just say it out loud? Really? Really? This what you doing? Man, you knew them kids existed when you met that man. All day long. And I don't care what age the kids are. I don't care what the relationship is with the mother. You knew what it was. You knew what it was. And the fact that you kept going forward, that's on you. And I do support the men. There are men that come to me, oh, she's tripping about my kids. Yeah, I do support them. It is on her. She knew what it was. And if that's not what you wanted long term, stop engaging with men that have kids. And stop giving me the excuse of, everybody got kids. It ain't no men out here that don't. That's a lie. That's a lie. I'm dating men right now that are my age, 54, 53, 52, and don't have no children. And it's a lot of men I'm dating that their children are grown. But they exist. They exist. And if instead of tripping later on and definitely tripping on the child, like, no, there's no part of me that's going to co-sign that. No part of me is going to co-sign no foolishness about, well, why you got your kids? And no, because he's a father. Because he's a father. Thank God. Thank God he wants to have 50-50 custody. Thank God he wants to be in his children's life. So ain't no part of me going to co-sign that. Don't even bring me that mess. He's a father who is actively trying to co-parent his children. And yeah, they going to be over there. Yeah, his money going to go toward them. And if that's not what you want, leave him alone. Leave him where he's staying. I have some single women right now dating fathers of 2, fathers of 3, and I can see it. It's sad to me that these women can't see down the line what's going to happen, because I can see it. And I'm not no psychic. I don't have no special abilities. It's called common sense. And you, as a single woman with no children, are innately selfish. It's the same with the man. The man with no children is innately selfish. You know why? Because you can afford to be. You don't have no kids. You don't have no family. You don't have no real responsibilities. You don't have another person's life in your hands. So yeah, you're going to be selfish. You're going to, oh, it's all about us. I want to go on trips. And you always have your kids and your money. That is why, if you're single and you have no children, date someone else in the same boat. Okay? All right, let me look at these comments. I'm back on these dating app streets to practice my vetting skills. A man told me he was a social smoker. Nope. I told him I'm not interested in dating a smoker, even if it's just social and he unmatched. There you go. See? You saved yourself 7 months of headache. Right there. Right in 1 minute, 7 months of foolishness. Why am I vilified when I prefer to date men with no kids? I don't have kids. No, you're not. That's just foolishness. That's just foolishness. But you stand firm, okay? Stand firm to that. If you don't want no kids and you want to, meet a man that has no kids or his kids are grown or whatever, stand firm. That's the truth. Now, I only date men with a child that's 18 and up. I don't have kids and don't want no baby mama drama. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Child free, don't date men with kids either. I used to feel bad about it, but not anymore. Please don't. Please don't. This is called wisdom. You have finally come to a place of wisdom where, no, you just tell a man, no, I don't. Oh, I got 2 kids, 5 and 7. Oh, no, thank you. I told a man my age, 54, that had a 5-year-old. I was like, ooh, no. That's not a good fit. What? You got 3 kids. What that got to do with anything? And those 3 kids are grown. Well, you're just such a good mother. You're just such a good mother. I know. And I've done that mothering job. I'm ready to at someday move on to grandmothering. But do I want to mother a 5-year-old child? I'm not even going to engage that man. Because if we fall in love, if we get married, I am now co-parenting a 5-year-old child when that child is over here with us. And I don't want to do that. like y'all have to just be honest. And forget who don't like it. Be honest. I can't take a man serious if he has kids. Too much to take on for me. I don't have no kids either. Okay? I do not. Hey, I do not blame any of you all. You're being honest. And people should appreciate that. They should celebrate your honesty. They should celebrate the fact that, okay, all right, we're not a good fit. You know, that's it. Do you watch any of these dating shows? I'd love to hear your perspective on shows like Ready to Love. I have watched some episodes of Ready to Love. That's something I'm considering. I had another follower who said to me that I should do more videos over on YouTube, like reaction videos with Ready to Love and these other dating shows. I recently posted a lot of content about Indian matchmaking. So that is the show that I watched last season. I watched this season. I absolutely love that show. I love the matchmaker. She's absolutely adorable. Her wisdom is unmatched. Like, I just love the things that she tells the single people. So that was the closest that I came. I shared some videos from Indian matchmaking, and I gave my thoughts and opinions about Indian matchmaking. So yes, I'm going to put that on my to-do list to start doing more reaction videos on Ready to Love and other shows like that. But I have seen a couple of those shows. And yes, my dream job, everybody knows this about me. So my dream job is to be a consultant on shows like that, or to be a dating coach on a show like that. Oh, that would be my dream job. Or to have my own dating show. I would love that. That's the dream, is to have my own dating show, like Feminine Boot Camp for Women, or something, you know, some sort of dating show for men and women. I would absolutely love that. All right. It says, if a man says he wants to be friends with you after having a weekend of relations, isn't that a red flag? Oh, Lord. So y'all done. Or he wants to set up a friends with benefits. And the bottom line is, do you want that? Do you want a friends with benefits? And if the answer's no, don't do that to yourself. You doing that to yourself. You doing that to yourself. He not doing anything to you. You doing something to you, which is you're setting up a situation in which to get used consistently. So if you're okay with that, go for it. Some people are. I don't advise it. It's not good for the woman and how we're built. We're not built to be in these friends with benefits or have casual sex or hookups with men. We're not biologically built to do that. But okay. I'm not even up for a man with adult children. Okay. Sometimes they come back home and then there's grandbabies. Nope, I'm child free for a reason. Okay, well, then that's what you're going to require. That's your standard. And there are men that can meet that standard. Like I said, in the last year, I have met 6 men, y'all. 6 men that had never been married and had no children. I kid you not. It was amazing. I binged Indian matchmaking. It was awesome. Learned so much. Good. What do you think about the series Married at First Sight? I love the idea. I love the concept. It is very much similar to matchmaking, right? That you're going to allow this group of people, so professionals and family, you're going to allow them to choose your person. And you're going to marry that person, sight unseen. Like, you're going to marry that person. I love the courage that it takes for people to do this. I think it has its benefits, because I think we as people, like, dating is a new concept. Dating's a new concept that hasn't been around that long, actually. This idea that we choose our person, and we even choose our person based on love and feelings. That's actually a new concept. It has not been around that long. Most people in the past were match made. They were put together based on status, based on case system, the families living close to each other, based on proximity. Like, there were all these reasons why people came together, and it wasn't based on love and romance and all of that. That's a very new Western concept. So I like the idea of it. I really do. And excuse me, it's something that I would even do. As crazy as that sounds, it's something that I would be open to. I really would. Now, I would have to handpick the friends. Like, I'd pick, like, one of my guy friends. I'd pick my mom. Like, I'd have to handpick the friends in the family that would be in on this whole, finding me a mate and putting me with that person. I definitely would handpick those people. But I would be open. I would be open to doing something like that, because I do think it's bold. It's a bold thing to do. Okay, yeah, grown kids are a no for me too. I'm not trying to deal with having to split the inheritance between his kids and our kids. I know that's right. Sorry, not sorry. I agree. I agree. I don't feel any kind of way about it. I think if that's what you want, then that's what you want. And it will make life less complicated. Human beings complicate their lives. People love to tell me, they come into my counseling practice, y'all, and I have seen thousands of couples, thousands of individuals. And one thing that has been a common theme is they believe that life is like doing something to them, that God or life or the universe or whoever, right? That there's some force outside of them that's doing something to them. When here's the truth, they complicate their lives. People complicate their lives. I complicated my life for a long time. A long time. It was me. It was my self-sabotage. It was my foolish decisions. Okay? It was the consequences of those foolish decisions. That's what was, it wasn't God, it wasn't the universe, it wasn't life out to get me. It was Anita, right? You ever heard that joke where the shaman says, hey, I'm about to show you a picture of the person that's causing all this chaos in your life. Are you ready? And that person says, yeah. And they put up a mirror. Okay? That's facts. That's facts, y'all. And the sooner you can breathe that in, the better off you'll be. That's facts. Get yourself together. Make better choices. Go the uncomplicated route. People choose to push that boulder up that mountain, right? That boulder could be a man with 3 kids and you single and don't have no kids. That's what you're doing. Oh, I'm going to push this boulder up the mountain. Dating him will be like pushing this boulder up the mountain. You choosing to do that. When you know what else you could do? You could go around that side of the mountain and you could see a little pebble. You could see a little pebble that need to get to the top of that mountain. You can pick that up. See? But people don't see it that way. But we complicate our own lives, myself included. I am so discouraged with dating. I have never felt this way before and trying to decide if I should just take another break. I have put in the work to become a better me, just disappointed. So yes, it's time to focus on yourself. It's time to focus on yourself. It's time to focus on this amazing life that you're creating. That's what I want every woman to do. Create the amazing life you want to have. And it has to be a life that you're prepared to live with or without someone. That's what I've done. That's why I'm happy. You know, women say to me all the time, you seem happy. You seem content. You seem fulfilled. Yeah, I am. Because I made the decision to create the life that I want to live with or without a partner in it. The end, right? I believe that there's a husband out there for me. I believe that he's closer than I even know. But at the same time, I have finally surrendered to this idea of, Anita, create the life that you love. Create a life that if you spent the rest of this life by yourself, you would be okay. You would feel good. You could be happy. But this idea that we can't be happy unless we have the husband or unless we have whatever it is, whatever the thing is that you think you need to have to be happy, that's actually what's keeping you unhappy. So it's not the lack of the thing you think you need. It's your thoughts around it. That's what's doing you in. So yes, take a break. There's some thought work that still needs to be done, right? And focus on creating an amazing life. Focus on surrendering. So many women, I try to get them to embrace surrender. And they hear that word and guess what they think? You want me to give up? You want me to give up? Just give up wanting to get married? Just give up wanting to have children? No, I want you to surrender the resistance that says your life is less than, your life is second rate. You can't be happy without it. You have to be willing to do that. And every time I convinced a woman to do that, the thing she wanted came racing toward her. Every single time. I'm one of them. I'm one of them. All I had to do was lay down this. I can't be happy without this. And I was like, yes, I can. And the second, I could just feel my body relax. I could just feel all the tension leave from me. And I just focused on creating the life that I love and everything in it, the friends, the family, my kids, my pets, my garden, my work, my writing, my podcast, the YouTube channel, everything. And it doesn't have to be that. It could be anything else that you want to do, whether it's painting or dancing or cooking, whatever, right? Create the life that you love. And let me tell you something. The energy that comes out of you, it's amazing. It's amazing. And men feel and see that energy, and it's attractive. That's a very attractive energy. So focus on that. Take a break, because let me tell you something. It's like a skateboard, right? You got to take breaks. Like, I know you need to learn how to ride this skateboard, but until you master it, don't keep jumping on that thing and fall and hurt yourself. Like, take a break. Take a break from it, okay? That's what I want you to do. I thought about it too, since we can't just marry for love. Having people we trust to pick a mate for us would make life so much easier. It really would. And I'm down. I'm down, y'all. They don't take, I'm going to be honest with you. I've tried to apply to these shows and they don't take people my age. And I feel a way about that. And I've let them know that. I've let them know that. Like, whoa, oh my God. You know, they don't take people my age. But yeah, I've thought about it. Okay. How do you focus on yourself? Well, you make becoming the best version of yourself. Like, that's the goal. And technically, you're never going to hit that goal until you die. But you read, you listen to podcasts, you do things that interest you, things that maybe you've never done before. There's so many things out there that I've never done before that interest me, so many places I want to go, things I want to see. And so I focus on that. I focus on making those things a reality. I go in different directions to see what I like, what I don't like. But yeah, focus on yourself. Focus on your life. So it's not just yourself, it's your life and everything in it. Your friends, your family, if you have children, your work, your hobbies, your interests, focus on those things. If you don't have hobbies and you don't have interests, ladies, that's a problem. That's a problem. If there are not things in your life that you're loving and tending to at least every week, things that you're planning to do, classes that you're taking, dance classes, cooking classes, if you like to knit, if you like to sew, if you like to bake, or what, my garden is my hobby and interest. I'm getting ready to have a game night in October that I love to host parties and entertain. Like, if you don't have those things, you're not interesting. I hate to break it to you, but you're not interesting enough. Men want a woman that has interests and hobbies and things that she's passionate about. She radiates differently than women who go to work and come home and watch Netflix. Those two women radiate differently. Okay? I got to give you some tough love on this. Get a life means just that. Get a real life. Volunteer. It's tons of y'all that are not giving back to anybody. You're not helping anybody. Help somebody. Okay? That's something you need to hear. Help someone. Do something for someone else. It isn't just about you. But yes, love yourself. Do things for yourself. So, Okay, she said, I will do that. I'm really happy single. I've been enjoying the things I love and discovering my wants and needs and learning about vetting men. Yep, it's been so easy and no disappointments. Good. Vet men. I don't know why our mothers and grandmothers didn't teach us. That's something that my grandmother and my mother taught me. Oh, Anita, I was like, oh, little Johnny down the street likes me. Okay, so that was the response every time. Okay, so what? What does it have to do with anything? Like, I felt wired that, oh, I owe him now. I have to respond to him liking me. No, I don't. No, I don't. I can appreciate it. I can be flattered by it, but that doesn't mean anything. He don't need to be my man. Like, I need to determine that. I need to determine if he would make a good man for me. See? But women don't do that. Y'all just accept whoever come along. Oh, and it's like the analogy about the food. Right? When you're not eating well, when you're not feeding yourself good food, when you're not getting fed regularly, crackers will come by, peanut butter crackers, and you're like, ooh, some peanut butter crackers, girl. No, Anita likes filet. Anita likes roasted Brussels sprouts. Anita likes a good lasagna, right? Anita likes, I love a good pizza. I love, enchiladas. That's one of my favorites too. Like peanut butter crackers, just nah. Nah, that ain't gonna do it. So those are the meals that I'm having regularly. So when peanut butter crackers come across my plate, I'm like, what the hell? What is this? What is happening? But you got to feed yourself regularly. You got to feed yourself regularly. Keely says, I've been dating myself, taking myself out for lunch or dinner, going to the museum. Precisely. Precisely. Go to all the places that you would go to with a gentleman suitor or a boyfriend or a husband. Go with those. Go to those places by yourself. Go to those places with a girlfriend or two. Precisely. I am not staying out of this place because I don't have a man to go to it with. That doesn't make any sense to me. Okay, she says, I work out a lot. I love going to dinners, brunch, plays, concerts, art exhibits. Precisely. Create a life that you love. Okay? That's the idea. All right. Okay, Keely says, I'm really extroverted, so love a lot of alone time. It's great to be able to enjoy our own company, for sure. Now, I will say this, Keely, a lot of women are not. They're more extroverted, and so that means they need the energy of others. And so they get more lonely than us introverts. I'm introverted, too. And y'all, I can go on vacation by myself all day long. And people I be clear in another country, and people be looking at me weird. You're not here by yourself, are you? I'm like, yeah. I am not going to let not being married, not having the man of my dreams by my side, and not having a girlfriend with me. None of that is going to stop me from doing what I want to do. I'm going to do what I want to do. If people don't know nothing else about me, they know that. Anita going. She going to do what she want to do. Okay? I think when a woman ignores a man's bad habits in order to have a man, it makes her miserable in the long run. It does. Resentment sets in. We must learn to cut it off. Yep. I did a video. Your cutoff game needs improvement. A lot of women need a whole counseling session on that. They need a whole coaching session on cutting men off, and do it quick, because you're not going to sit here and tell me you're attached. You're not going to sit here and tell me you're in love in a month. I'm sorry, you're not. No one's going to convince me of that. You're not in love with a man in a month. You're not attached in a month. Cut him off. Stop kissing him on his lips. That's the first thing. Stop kissing him on his lips. Stop having sex with him, and get to know the man. Vet him. And if you find some things that you're like, I can't live with it and I can't expect it to change, cut him off. That's it. Be kind about it, but do it. Okay, she says, I have no friends here. I've lived here nearly 2 years. I'm very selective about who I have in my life. Okay, but I do want you to get 1 or 2 girlfriends or guy friends. We need friends, right? We can't be so isolated. I want you to have some friends. All right, but I'm going to get ready. I got to shower, got to get ready to go into the office, but I just wanted to share some of these ideas, thoughts that were rolling around in my head about men and their vices, because it's going to bite you in the tail. It's going to bite you in the tail. You're going to date a man who drinks or parties, and you're going to meet him in that environment, and you think you're going to turn him into, a house husband, or, oh, he's going to be a good husband and good father. If that's how you found him, that's how he probably going to stay. So I'm just being honest. Be mindful of men's vices. So do not ignore the smoking and the excessive drinking, the marijuana use, the drug use, the gambling, the going to the strip club, the porn watching. Do not ignore those things. Now, at my age, while I want a man who has a natural sex drive, right? I look forward to having sex when I'm married. I am very mindful of a man's sexual discipline, right? If a man comes on to me sexually on the first date, that tells me where his head is at. That tells me where, his thinking is at. And it is quite the turnoff. Like, if you're trying to get physical with me on the first date, I'm like, you don't have good dick discipline. Like, I'm just going to be honest. And here's the thing. So a lot of women, what they'll say to themselves is, oh, I'm just so sexy. He's just so turned on by me. No, this dude ain't got good dick discipline. Like, stop blowing your own horn, okay? I'm all of that. And at the same time, dude, have good dick discipline, okay? You need to, be more selective, because you don't know me like that. This is a first date. If you trying to have sex with me on the first date, no. You doing this with everybody. Sorry. You doing this with everybody. No. Nope. So, All right. I'm going to let y'all go. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Today has started out beautifully for me. I'm going to jump in the shower, get ready to go in, help people solve problems, And thank you so much for joining me. If you are not familiar with the YouTube channel, head on over to YouTube. Check out the videos over there. Watch, binge watch. There's tons and tons of podcast episodes and videos over there, things that you will not find here on Instagram. Head on over to the YouTube channel. Check it out. If you are new, I've written 2 books. Go into the link in my bio and find those books. One for single ladies, one for ladies that are in relationships. Enjoy your day. Thank you so much. And as always, stay open to love.